Welcome everyone to Henry County Chamber of Commerce Community Dialogue, hosted by the Engagement and Inclusion Committee. I'm Judy McMurtry, the CEO of JM Excel Consultant and chair to the Engagement and Inclusion Committee. Sorry, it's early. I haven't had my coffee. Joining us today, my co-host, Christy Tuning. We also have award winners from the Henry County Chamber of Commerce, Tammy Sellers, Anya Matthews, Solomon Virgil, Dr. Shatiqua Hamilton, and Jeremiah Poja, if I said your name right. Okay, thanks. And who will also be introducing themselves after Christy introduced herself, who is my co-host. Hey, Christy, you want to go ahead and introduce yourself?
Yeah, good morning, Judy. Coffee's very important on Monday mornings. We would like to thank Kaiser Permanente, as always, for being the sponsor of our community dialogue. And without them, there's a lot of things that the Henry Chamber of Commerce would not be doing if we did not have Kaiser Permanente as a sponsor. So we're always very thankful for them. But we're going to start off by introducing our 2024 Leadership Award winners. And we're going to ask that you just share what your company does, just a quick introduction of who you are, what your company does, and we'll go around for that, and then we'll start with some questions. So let's start with Tammy Sellers. And Tammy, can you introduce yourself and tell us about your company?
Sure. My name is Tammy Sellers. I own Anchor Services Group. We are a residential and commercial cleaning service based here in Henry County.
Thank you, Tammy. Anya Matthews.
Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Anya Matthews, and I am the owner of AJB Construction Group located here in Henry County, and we provide program management and construction management services for commercial projects.
Thank you. Solomon.
Good morning. My name is Solomon Virgil. I'm the owner of Envy Rentals and RV Rentals. We specialize in rental services for tents, table, chairs, any type of party accessories. We also do RV rentals as well, and we love serving Henry County.
Thank you. Shariqua.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Dr. Shatiqua Hamilton. I'm the founder and the CEO of Aviation Discoveries, which is a program that does service Henry County students. It's a STEM program that serves 3rd through 8th grade with the exploration of careers in aviation and aerospace, as well as high school students that are 16 and up. We offer them drone training for the test prep for the FAA.
Nice, absolutely. Jeremiah.
Morning, my name is Jeremiah Poja, and I'm the owner and CEO of BTG Education LLC. And our primary service is our medical academy, which we help certify individuals with our 8-week program to be certified nurse assistants. And we also provide a platform for them to enroll into nursing school as well here in Stockbridge.
Okay, awesome. Welcome, everybody. Okay, so we're going to have a little fun here and some open dialogue and some conversation. So sit back, relax, and let's get started, okay? So Ms. Tammy, you have been recognized for an outstanding volunteer efforts. So you were nominated as Volunteer of the Year for the Henry County Chamber of Commerce. What inspired you to become so involved in community service, and how did Anchor Service support the community through your volunteer services?
So I've always been a helper. I like to help wherever I can. I like to be useful. And when I joined the chamber, I didn't realize like how many opportunities there were to, to get plugged in and help and things like that. So once I got there, I was like, oh, well, there's a whole nother world, of things that I could be doing. So yeah, I mean, just I don't know. I like to be useful. I like to be helpful. If I can't, give monetarily, then I can give of my time. So why not get involved?
right? And you have a great team member too.
I
What's her
do,
name?
I do.
What's her name? Because I see her a lot.
Beth, she's sitting right over here, right
Oh,
over my
Beth is
shoulder.
amazing too. Yeah, so you're like sisters coming in. So
Yeah.
that's great. Exactly. Awesome. Okay, so that's great. Now, Miss Anya, congratulations to you for Business of the Year for Henry County Chamber of Commerce. So, I have a question. What do you believe set ABJ Construction Group apart in the highly competitive construction industry, especially being a female in that industry? It's already kind of tough enough, but what set you apart? I know being a female was one of the things, but what set you apart?
Yes, well, with AJB Construction Group, we bring our extensive experience, having worked as both contractor and program manager and owner's rep, even as a facility manager. So we combine all of that experience, and we're able to work with owners and bring their projects to fruition. We've successfully delivered over 600 million worth of projects in government and commercial spaces. And we use various delivery methods, design, bid, build, CM at risk, and design build. We're very proactive in making sure that we are meeting the owner's requirements during design and construction. We provide exceptional service in construction administration, design review, cost evaluation, scheduling. So we just make sure we do our best to make sure that we are addressing all of the owner's needs, which is why they hire us. And so we've been successful and fortunate enough to have repeat clients and new clients coming in as well, because we're very passionate about making sure that we deliver a successful project.
Okay, awesome. Okay, Mr. Solomon,
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Micro Business of the Year Award winner. Okay, so Solomon, being recognized as with such awesome award, let's see, and this huge accomplishment, what inspired you to start MV Rentals, and how did you navigate the challenges in your early stages?
Well, good morning. First of all, I want to thank God, and we are truly humble and honored to be presented with such a prestigious award. And I want to thank my spouse for the idea. We were planning an event in our backyard at the last minute, of course, and needed a tent and table for chairs as our RSV was increasing. We called around. There was no availabilities for anything. Ended up purchasing everything I needed. So my wife just mentioned to me jokingly, like, you just need to start your own party rental business, because I'm sure you're not the only one that has run into this problem. Later that night, I festered in my head and started Googling and researching online and watching YouTube videos on the industry for weeks and months. Later, I prayed about it and approached my wife with the idea and vision, and she was all in. At the church we attend, our pastor had a message that resonated with my spirit, and at that moment, my wife and I both knew this was our time, and we needed to move on this now without hesitation. After further research, we agreed on the software program and the website design we needed to be successful in the industry. We purchased a startup package of small tents, several 6-foot tables, and about 50 chairs to test the waters as I worked out of my garage. The challenge we had at the early stage of our business was branding. No one knew who we were, and we were making very minimal sales. I created door hangers and visited numerous communities in Henry County and placed flyers on cars and parking lots and select locational events. I searched for any pop-up shops and that I could attend to pass out business cards and flyers, and try to speak to as many people as possible so I could get the word out. As I was doing this, we did get confirmation from potential customers that this was a much needed service in Henry County, because there were only few businesses like this in the area. They also mentioned some of their challenges with the rentals, which led me to capitalize on the feedback from potential customers to implement in our business. At this point, we knew we were going in the right direction for something that was great. The next phase was joining the Henry County Chamber of Commerce in November. This is when our business was elevated to the next level. Being around like-minded business people and attending enhanced networking platforms increased our visibility in the community. The Chamber also gave us access to resources and educational programs that gave me knowledge on certain topics to help us achieve our goals. We also created a strong social media presence while highlighting involvement with the Chamber of Commerce and in the community. which I believe really boosted the trust and credibility of our business. So after November, our rental sales spiked and our business grew, excuse me, our business grew exponentially to the point where we grew bigger than my garage in less than a year. And I had to relocate to a warehouse in Locust Grove. As we speak, we are still growing and expanding.
Wow. Okay, now I see why you're the micro business of the year for the chamber. Wow, that's phenomenal. That's fantastic. Dr. Shatiqua Hamilton, before you lose power, okay, congratulations on Nonprofit Agency of the Year for Aviation Discovery. So I see you have made a significant impact on our young people in this aerospace environment. So what drives your passion for aviation and youth development, and how did the nonprofit start for you?
Okay, so I have been working in aviation about 20 years now. Back in 2003, I started as a flight attendant for an international airline. With that job, it was the best thing ever. I was based in Atlanta, but I flew a lot out of Europe. So I was flown from here to there, and then I just flew around the world. I don't think I could have ever asked for anything better. God put me in that place, and that was all I could just keep thanking him for. But to me personally, I wasn't using my brain enough. The job had just become redundant, and I was doing the same thing, and I needed more. So of course, I prayed about it and I asked the Lord, like, what's next? And he said, fly the plane. I did not grow up with the intentions of flying anyone's plane. That was not my dream. But of course, I took heed with what he said, and he opened doors for me to have all my flight training and school and everything done for free. He covered it. Thank the Lord. So with that being said, I was able to, I was chosen to speak to a lot of students all around because I was a minority in the field and one of the only females in my schools at all times. I was the one that had to go to the schools to speak to students about careers in aviation or being a pilot. During my tenure of doing that, it was just every question I would get would be, how could you do this? Oh my gosh, how could this happen? How could you make it happen? And I just wanted the students to know, like, you didn't have to be the smartest in school, the smartest in the world. You just had to be persistent at what you did. So with doing the volunteerism, it just became a passion of mine to start my own thing. And I started it. And so I started it about 10 years ago. And through the 10 years, it was rough because it was hard being new to Henry County at the time, trying to just gain the likings of people and parents and the students. And so after a couple years, it all worked out to where now I can say I'm known in the community through the chamber, having a first ribbon cutting and getting on all the boards that I could, being around in all the schools that I can. I do have children of my own. So I'm able to get to, the principals, the superintendent, people that I needed to be in rooms with to help my program grow. And I love it. I love kids. And I want them to know that, the world is our oyster. Like, we can do it if we put our minds to it. So that's where Aviation Discoveries was born, for me to just encourage and keep encouraging students all around to get into a field or a space that is really rarely touched by us.
Okay, awesome. Okay, Jeremiah, you ready? Because you're kind of new to the chamber, and then you come in strong. You come in winning Young Professional of the Year. I know you have not been with them that long, but you are a mighty force to be reckoned with. So how has your career at BTG Medical Academy shaped your perspective on leadership in the medical field? And also tell us a little bit about your organization.
Okay, no problem. Well, first and foremost, I want to thank the Henry County Chamber for the award. Since I've been here, the chamber has been so good to me. I moved here in 2023 from Houston, Texas. I grew up, all my family was in the medical field. My dad was an RN, and my mom was in healthcare, all my cousins and things of that sort. So I always had a passion to get into healthcare, but I didn't take that route. I ended up going into business and education. So not too long ago, my dad gave me the idea of embarking and opening up a CNA program. My dad's been running a CNA program in Minnesota for about 30 years. And I realized with my business savvy, I could kind of help revolutionize what he was doing. So I moved down here to Atlanta with the goals of starting a CNA program, but mainly targeting what we call NEETs. I don't know if you all heard the acronym NEETs. NEET stands for young people who are not in education, not in employment, or not in any training programs. So these are these people from the ages of like 18 and 24 who leave high school and just sit at their mom's house and don't really have any directions. So our program targets those students and those individuals where we give them in about 3 months, they have a credential, and we can help prepare them if they desire to go into nursing school, get their LPN, get their RN, and have a fast track. So that our letters BTG represents bridging the gap. A lot of times students don't have the opportunity because they don't have the resources or the training to get where they could get or where they're trying to go. So I've been trying to, since I've been in here doing BTG Medical, creating partnerships with the Henry County CTAE. I'm working with Wesleyan College right now to have a bridge for our students to, in high school, get their CNA and then be prepared for nursing school way before they even graduate. So we're working on things of that nature, but I always knew there was a need in healthcare since people always will need care. So I just want to provide quality training and get students at a younger age involved in nursing so that they can get into it for the right reasons. A lot of people get into healthcare for money and trying to, for other reasons outside of caring for people, but developing that true care and that true quality of training to make nursing more appealing to those who are in high school.
Okay, thank you. Christy, you have any questions before we move on or anything you want to elaborate on? I mean, these are some phenomenal people here.
They really are phenomenal people. Really, no, I mean, we've got a good set of questions kind of moving forward, and I'll kind of take the next group and start again with Tammy and just ask a specific moment or project that has been especially meaningful for you in your volunteer journey.
There's been so many in the past. But I think honestly the one that is the most meaningful, the one that's going to have the most impact is I'm starting a nonprofit. My brother was homeless here in Henry County for over 20 years, and back in 2020, God dropped in my spirit to start a nonprofit, and I was like, "Oh yeah, sure, I'll get to it." I'm a little hard-headed, and it's been bouncing around in my head, since March of 2020. And in June of last year, my brother passed away of a heart attack. And that hit me really hard because he was my little brother. And one of the things that he always said was that we don't have any resources. There's nothing out here for us. There's plenty of places for them to go. There's plenty of places for them to fill out a form and, show their ID and prove who they are. But a lot of them don't have that. Some of them really just want a place to wash their clothes and a shower and a hot meal, something home cooked. And so that is where I'm headed. That's what I want to do for the homeless people here in Henry County, the ones who actually live on the street and sleep in tents, and the ones that are okay with that. Sometimes they just need a shower and some clean clothes and a hot meal, and that's what I want to do.
Thank you. Yeah, that's awesome. Can't wait to see what comes of that. And let me know when you need some help because I'll be glad to help with that. Anya, let's talk about how your leadership has shaped the company's approach to the community engagement.
Especially in
For me,
county.
as business owner, as a business owner that lives in the community, it was very important for me to make sure that we're supporting local initiatives, whether that's through volunteering or partnering with other businesses and organizations. We're actively engaged with organizations like the Henry County Chamber of Commerce. We're on the Ambassador Committee. We're also involved with their mentor program as well. And then another one we're actively engaged in is the Southern Crescent of Habitat for Humanity. And actually this coming May, we'll be participated in their Women Build initiative again. So definitely believe in paying it forward whenever we can, wherever we can. And that's just going to be our goal going forward, and making sure that we're building our communities and building trust and relationships with other community members and business leaders as well.
Thank you. Let's just keep with that kind of question with everybody. You know, how has your leadership shaped your approach to community engagement in Henry County? And just so if everybody else would just kind of chime in and talk about that.
Dr.
Okay.
Shakwa,
Yeah.
go for it.
Okay,
Yeah.
can you all hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, good. Well, with that being said, I think I'm like Miss Community around Henry County. I'm on the Communities and Schools Advisory Board for the school district. I'm also working with the county as far as the schools with their work-based learning teachers, because at 16 these students can get their drone license through the FAA. So I kind of keep it strong, and I'm an ambassador with the chamber, also on the Women's Leadership Council, where I can involve myself with moms and women. Sometimes men are there as well. I chair the Henry County Airport Authority, which keeps me on top of things, everything airport. I'm able to keep my knowledge going because the way the future is moving with all the technology and all the advancements that are going on, I need to make sure that I stay ahead of or abreast of everything that's going on just to even be able to give it to the students. And I also just do a lot of work in humanities with different organizations as well. I did receive a doctorate for my work of it's just a doctorate in humanities for doing what I do. So I'm very passionate when it comes to being helpful and working with the community. To me, that is one of the most important things that you can do, because I live here. I have children here. You all are my friends that are here. So I just want everything, just us to increase the way we can. And so that's about it. That's community for me.
All right. Jeremiah. And also, Jeremiah, when you answer that, can you also tell us a little bit about your second business?
Problem. So to answer the question at hand, definitely, I love the work that the Henry County CTA is doing in the Henry County schools. And I love the fact that our program can mesh with the students who are in the healthcare track in the CTA program. So predominantly, my focus is to expose these young individuals who are interested in healthcare to a credential that they can start practicing nursing at 16 or 17 years old. We just had our first student from Union Grove High School who finished our program. She's a 17-year-old junior, and she's going to be working while she's in school. So we're trying to open up more opportunities like that, where juniors and seniors are able to work as nurses, as nurse assistants, and then they can work their way up after high school, or they can go to nursing school and get even more credentials. So I love what CTA is doing. My goal is to work with Dr. Dupree and to have a channel for every high school, all 9 high schools in Henry County, to have the opportunity to get this credential as a part of their curriculum, and they're able to leave high school with a credential to begin working immediately, or also use that credential to give them a step ahead of the other people who are applying for nursing school. And as far as my second business in the Chamber of Commerce, I have a mentorship group called Man Up International Alliance, and we target young men 12 to 18 here in the Henry County and Clayton County areas to try to give them support. A lot of our young men, they get caught up in what I mentioned earlier, those NEETs, where when they finish school, they don't have a direction, they don't have a quality education, they don't have a training program or any type of employment that's, they can go into after high school. So we try to get them early, give them male leadership to help them stay on the right track, stay out of trouble, stop doing the things that usually kids get caught up in when they don't have a direction. Hopefully when they finish, they're able to get into a program. If they don't go to college or they don't get into anything like that, they can get a vocational skill to begin working. Also on that note, we've had one young man who received a scholarship from our program to get his CNA, and he's actually finished the program, and now he's applying and interviewing with Piedmont, Pruitt, and other healthcare facilities in the area. So I do two things all day long: work on the medical academy, and then try to find ways to partner with local community vendors and help getting our young men experiences so that they can have opportunities when they leave and they don't get caught up in on the streets and doing things they shouldn't be doing.
Awesome. That's awesome. Solomon,
Yes.
you answer that as well.
Yes, community relationships and customer satisfaction kind of go hand in hand with us. I do my best to participate as much as possible in local events, such as parades, school events, church functions, networking opportunities, and ribbon cutting ceremonies of a new business in the area, because I am an ambassador for the Henry County Chamber of Commerce. Customer satisfaction is my top selling point for my rental sales. Excellent customer service from both leadership and staff leads to repeat customers and referrals to friends and family for future potential clients. I'm very passionate about ensuring we provide the best rental products, the safety of a rental equipment, and making certain they are clean and sanitized before each rental. We have received 105-star Google reviews from our customers within 1 year and continue to grow. Earning 5-star reviews in the community is no easy task. We currently have 127 5-star reviews as of today. If you read our reviews, you will notice consistent feedback on the following reasonably priced. We have quick and friendly service, excellent communication, punctuality, reliability, very clean and quality products, outstanding customer service, professionalism of staff, and an easy, seamless process from beginning to end. This is our bread and butter for a successful business. Being highly involved in the community is vital to establishing trust and credibility for our new business.
All right. Now, Tammy, close us out on this question.
You know, when I started this business, it was just me. And I did that for 5 years. And when God gave me the vision that it was going to be an actual business, I say actual business because I just thought it was going to be Tammy cleaning houses, you know, every day for the rest of her life. And one of the things that he dropped in my spirit was like almost like a mission field, a women's ministry, if you will. And I think like for me, because we are a service-based business, serving other people is what we do. And I try to serve my employees as much as possible. It could be something as simple as on Monday mornings, like my boys and I, we make coffee and hot water, so they have, you know, tea and coffee whenever they come to pick up their supplies and things like that. Just being willing to serve the people that I employ, I think makes a difference in, you know, the lives of our employees. I think just setting the example, you know, because like I envision like at some point, you know, they'll be out there with me, you know, doing those volunteer things, you know, whether it's packing bags with caring for a cause, or, you know, just anything. I just envision like my company just being full of people who are willing to jump in and help beyond, you know, a paycheck.
Right. Okay. All right. So I have a question. I want to find out, how long have each of you been a member of the chamber?
I think I joined maybe 2016, 2017. I had my first ribbon cut in there. So it's been a
Okay.
couple of years now.
Okay. Salam?
Yes, I joined in November of 2023.
Okay. And Jeremy, you said 23, right?
Yes. Yes, ma'am. My first business, Man Up International, I joined as soon as I moved down here, and then a couple months later, I joined the second organization as well.
Okay. Tammy, how long?
We just hit the 3-year mark this month.
Okay. Anya, you remember?
I think this is 4 years for me now.
Okay, so think about this. Most of you are under 5 years, and you've already been honored with how you jumped in to provide service to your community through the Chamber of Commerce, and how you volunteer, and how most of you have shared with us how it's important to serve the community, how it's important to give back. And and this is a great testament of how great your business is operating because of that. You know, you reap what you sow. So you give a little, or you really give more than you take, from what I'm hearing. What about you, Christy? Are you hearing that too? They're giving
Oh,
more than they take. And
yeah,
this is
I'm
what's
absolutely
thriving in
hearing
the
that.
community and the chamber. Christy, you have anything you want to share with us?
You know, that is exactly what I was hearing. And we've talked, and I've talked to Solomon at ribbon cutting recently about getting him to speak in another chamber of commerce in an area that we serve, just because people don't understand the coming into a chamber of commerce, joining. You can just join, and it's going to do nothing for you. But if you get involved and you meet people, you're making those connections, and your business is going to grow. And I think we've seen that through Solomon's business for sure, in the amount of time that he has been going. And you know, we've been rejoicing with him as his business has grown from being in the garage to having to have a storage facility. And so, you know, he's a great example of what getting active in a chamber of commerce can do. So we encourage everybody, if you join the chamber, get involved, come to a few ribbon cuttings, come to a few meetings, get to know people. If you are an introvert, just get out of your shell just for a little bit, you know, and find those people in the chamber and latch on to them that you can learn more. And it falls into the same thing as the mentoring program that we've been talking about for the last 2 months. There's so many opportunities in the chamber to get involved, to meet people, to learn more, to grow your business, and to have the chamber help you grow the business. And we're just excited that everybody here is doing that. And I do have a question for Jeremiah, specifically because you are our Young Professional of the Year. And I just kind of want a statement of why it's important for young professionals to become active in the Chamber of Commerce, and what led you to become active in the chamber as a young professional.
And when I started doing business in Henry County, one of the first people I met was a guy by the name of Charles Moon, and he's a part of the Henry County Chamber. And just the value he added to, you know, the vision of what I was doing and the networking opportunities, I just, you know, from that point on, I joined, and I seen the value it added immediately. You know, the doors that were opened up from there, I just, you know, was so thankful for that. So all my connections with Henry County, CTAE, Henry County Schools, with Piedmont Healthcare, they all came from relationships built through the chamber. And my business wouldn't be where it is today without those two connections. So definitely, he added value initially. And then when I joined and came to a few meetings and met the right people, and my business took off from there, I knew from that point on, I needed to add both of my businesses in here and tell all my friends and people that I work with here locally the opportunities that exist here in the chamber. So I'm thankful, and I'm looking at doing a lot more as time opens up, but I appreciate all of the open doors and networking opportunities that came from the chamber.
Awesome. Anybody else want to add to that? That's a really good topic. Go ahead, Anya.
I was just going to add, along with the networking opportunities, also the educational opportunities with the Small Business Resource Center. I mean, there's been several programs, learning opportunities that have been given that was very, very helpful and very cost effective too. So if you're a small business or wanting to start a small business, come and join the chamber. Get involved with some of the courses that are being offered at the Small Business Resource Center. And just the opportunities are great for expanding your business as well.
Yes, and then you have that shared space too. So if you're in the area and you need to set up a quick meeting, I mean, you have the resources there. So it's no excuse that your business is not growing because there's so much resources and opportunity out there for you to connect, for you to collaborate with one another, for you to get connected and involved. It's just so much for you. Okay, we have a question from Facebook audience. Shana Amora. Spectacular. Thank you all for serving and being invited in our community, involved in our community. Sorry, I told you I need coffee this morning. So, and then also, let's see, not Jeremy, you put currently you have a CTA advisory committee and you want to work with a pipeline funding to allow students to access credentials. So you elaborate more on that because I can't talk this morning.
It's okay. Yeah, I was responding to a question in the chat concerning our program and the CTAE work-based learning here in Henry County Schools. And one thing I'm working on currently is a way that all 9 schools in Henry County could have access to going through our program. And that's going to need, time, funding, and ways that we can make it work. So I'm shooting for hopefully 2026, starting in January 2026, we can launch this to where we give access to all the healthcare students in the CTA programs in our Henry County schools, the option to get this credential, which will take no more than 2 to 3 months. And they're able to, when they graduate, have something on their resume that's meaningful in the healthcare space. Also, they can be employed making 18, 19 bucks an hour at Piedmont, but they don't go any further than that. So I'm working on that, and I'm going to be presenting that pretty soon to Dr. Dupree, and we can move forward from there to see if those opportunities can work out.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome. I am as well working on the same thing. I offer not just the drone certification programs, and I don't know if everyone knows that in our county, within Henry County, every student they would love for every student to graduate with some type of certification. So that's something for the audience to think about. So of course it had me turning with the drone certification. And so I began working with the CTAE teachers as well, but I also took it a step further with my connections by the chamber. I am a graduate of Leadership Henry, and in that of 24. And in that group, I had someone who is now the mayor.
Best class ever.
I have
Go ahead.
connections. Yeah, definitely. But I just use those connections to have apprenticeships. So we have one with the Water Authority, Snap and Shows, and some construction firms to where the students can not only get those certifications to get the test prep for the certifications, but they can go to do on-job training with these companies. So I love that program that they have here. They just have to come up with a way to have an aviation pathway. And once we get that done, then I probably would be done. But in the meantime, I'm doing all I can to help to get those students those certifications. And I'm sure all of you all that are on this call, you all can somehow figure out a way where you can include certifications with your programs as well. Just want to throw it out there.
Okay. Do we have any questions from our Zoom audience? Any questions from we have a few people on the webinar. Any questions? Okay.
And our
No.
Zoom participants, they can type in under question and answer,
Yes.
and we can answer those.
I don't see any at this point in time. I was looking at that. Okay, so do any of you have any feedback or comment you want to add to this audience? Because like I said, this will be live stream. It's live streaming now on Facebook, but it'll also be added to YouTube. So we can provoke some dialogue or conversation once it is added, that we can engage the audience, both now as well as the digital audience as well. Don't all speak at one time. Any encouragement you may have? Okay, somebody has a Q&A coming in while you two are thinking. I like to comment on my experience with the chamber. Dana would like to. Okay. I don't know if Dana can speak, if Barbara will make her a host. So anyway, I don't know. Barbara may be working the back end on that. Yeah, she could speak now. Dana, you can speak now. Dana, are you with me? You may have to unmute. No, well, we'll come back to her at this point. Okay, so anybody else has anything else you'd like to add to this?
Well, I'd like to add.
Go
one
ahead,
thing.
Solomon. You go ahead. You want
Yeah.
some more business this weekend, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah. So just our vision for the future for our business. We are deeply passionate about serving the people of and businesses of Henry County. This is our home and our community. We love it here, and it motivates me daily to make a positive impact here. As I mentioned earlier, our vision for the future is continued growth and expansion. By pursuing this, we can increase sponsorships in the community, because I would love to do more sponsorships as we grow and community involvement. We can also expand our staff and inventory, making us more accessible and efficient to keep pace with the growth of Henry County and the surrounding areas.
Okay, look at you. You ready to get started. And thank
Ready.
you for your service, sir.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you
Thank you,
very much,
appreciate it.
sir. We appreciate you. Okay, Tammy, you got any last closing words before we close? Oh, wait a minute. Dana's coming in. Dana, you hear us?
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, ma'am. Go right ahead. Talk to us.
Wonderful. Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Good morning.
I wanted to definitely have an opportunity to share my experience with the Chamber. I have not been with the Chamber for many years. I just began in December. And my experience honestly has been very wonderful. When it comes to the networking and the classes and courses that I've been able to partake in within the chambers, I've gained so much because I came in very green in the beginning, not knowing a lot. I am a disabled combat veteran, and this has been very monumental to establishing my business. So I really wanted to put that out there. And I'm also involved with the women's leadership and then the ambassador. And I believe there's a new program for the disabled veterans. But I really wanted to have an opportunity to express my gratitude for the chambers.
Okay, what's your business, Dana?
The business name is DNA Med Services. And we provide DNA testing, mobile, drug and alcohol testing, and fingerprinting.
Okay, awesome.
Yes.
All right. You're also part of the, Engagement and Inclusion Committee.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. And guess what? We're having a summit come up as well. That's June 18th. Just kind of plug in here,
Yeah.
plug in. So we're having this awesome summit, and we'll have a lot of information that'll be coming out regarding the summit. That's June 18th, and it's built around culture and innovation. You don't want to miss this, because workplace culture is going to be, it's big now already, but it's really going to expand with everything going on in our current world and our climate we have going on now. It's more important than ever to really understand workplace culture and to connect and engage with employees so that we're all on the same page and not divided, but we're coming together and unite. So you don't want to miss this summit, because we are going to show you how to actually design your culture, your workplace culture, because of fact, everybody has a culture, whether by default or design. So it's your choice. Want to keep it by default? Then this summit, you want to design it, then join us on June 18th, and we'll help you start that blueprint of designing your culture. And again, mark your calendar, save the date. It's on the Henry County Chamber website on the calendar, if you want to get registered for it, or if you want to sponsor it too. So we do have some spots for sponsorship as well as available. So, and then the first year we had 300 attendees. Last year we had close to 300, but this year we can only have 250. So guess what? I would recommend you get your tickets early, because if you wait till the last minute, it's going to be sold out, and we will not be able to offer you room. And then you heard Jeremiah say, he went to key events, and this is a key event. You don't want to miss it, because we have some powerhouse sponsors. We have Truist, which he met Charles Moon, and look what Charles Moon did for us. And he'll also be on there speaking. So you want to come and see Charles. And we also they're the top presenting sponsor of this event. And then you also will have on there, Georgia Power is also sponsoring event, as well as Kaiser Permanente. So again, you don't want to miss it. Get your tickets now. They're on sale. Go to the Henry County Chamber of Commerce and get plugged in. So I had to plug that in because, you know, it's going to be an amazing event, and we really need you in the house because it's going to be an active event. You will be participating throughout the entire event, and it's a great summit, and we look forward to seeing everybody there. Everybody here, we look forward to seeing you there, really plugging in and really getting your business even to the next level. So any other questions you have? And Dana, thank you so much for jumping in and joining us and really sharing the benefits of the chamber, because the chamber offers so many benefits.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
many. And if you're not taking advantage of it, your business is not growing the way it should. And everybody's business needs to grow. I don't care how much you're making, you can expand and you can grow and go to the next level.
Mhm.
Am I right, guys?
Absolutely.
Lady
Absolutely.
and gentlemen,
Yes.
right? Okay,
Absolutely.
all right. So anything else anybody want to say before we close it out?
I'd
would.
like to say something.
Okay,
I want to encourage everybody to just get out there and find out what you're passionate about. Whether it's homeless people, whether it's pets, whether it's disabled veterans, whether it's, you know, kids, rescuing people out of human trafficking, like whatever it is, like find out what you're passionate about and just go help. You know, like here in this county, you know, we're approaching like 300,000 residents. Like there's plenty of opportunity to get plugged in just in this county alone. So I would just encourage everybody to just get out there and find something bigger than yourself and just go for it.
awesome.
I would-
Chatikwa,
Yes, I would agree. Having a nonprofit is a lot of work. It's a lot of hard work, a lot of dedication. I do have some very important volunteers that I did get from the chamber, actually. Joyce, who works with
Nestle.
Nestle, yes, Nestle. She's a great sponsor as well as a volunteer to help out whenever needed. But I would love to just challenge the community with helping out more. I do accept sponsorships for these students because this program is a paid program. So a lot of them, they want to do it and they're not able to. So if you are able to just donate, just come help out with your time. Come have a good time. We have fun. Our program is 2 Saturdays a month for 2 hours at a time. It's not too much, even though we do go on field trips that are fun. I just encourage you all to just come out and check it out. I think Judy came and she taught the students some team building and exercise that they absolutely love. So if it's anything that you would like to come and do and be a part of, please reach out to me. I would love that. They would love that. We will be having a graduation coming up in May. This year, it will be at a park. Last year, it was at the airport, and we packed it out, so it's no more space for that. So this year, we will be at a park. So if it's something that you're interested in coming to see, these children work so hard through the year, and it's something that they can take forward with them as a career option. So just come out and help out in some way, even if it's not with my organization. It's a bunch of organizations in the county that would, I'm sure, love your participation and your help in any
Yeah,
way.
if you, thank you both. If you go on the Henry County Chamber of Commerce under directory, you will be able to find some nonprofits as well that you can join, serve, and donate. You know, you can be a part of that, and check out the calendar for the community calendar as well as the Chamber of Commerce calendar of events. So just get involved and plugged in. I'm telling you, you will not regret it. It will change your life. It is life changing. So with that said, we're going to, oh, wait a minute. Go ahead, Jeremy.
Yes, I have a quick question.
Sorry, Jeremiah. I'm just changing your name. My apologies, Jeremiah.
It's all right. With that being said, are there any reoccurring community service events? My organization has been looking for opportunities, especially on the weekends, to plug into community service opportunities. Are there any recurring things that happen, especially on the weekends in the county?
Yeah, if really, Barbara does a great job of putting, making sure the community calendar is up to date. Do you go on the community calendar on Henry County Chamber of Commerce?
Yes, yes.
Because let's see, we always have so many volunteers. There's so many different programs they have. Shatiqua just mentioned hers, and Shatiqua, you have it on on the chamber calendar, right?
I
No,
will.
well,
I will.
well, yeah, so we'll have,
I
make
will. I
sure,
think-
we'll
just
reach
go
out to a lot of the, our members who are nonprofit, and see if they can
Mhm.
make sure they keep their calendar updated on, for especially Saturday events. Yeah,
Right.
we'll take a look at that for you as well, okay?
Okay, appreciate it.
Okay. Any other questions? No? Well, thank you, award winners. You're so special. You're superstars in our eyes. You are amazing. Thank you, because I know your business is so busy, and you took the time out this morning to share with us and to be a part of this community dialogue, and we definitely appreciate you. So with that said, we're going to just say, have a wonderful week, and we look forward to seeing you at, when is that? June 18th Summit? Okay. We look forward to seeing you at other events at the chamber as well. But thank you and have a wonderful week. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Congratulations.
Thank you and congratulations,
you.
everybody.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Thank you.